and we're here to explain why thoughtful policy and support is both timely and now necessary. When we speak about the future, we often speak about energy security, food security, rural prosperity, and environmental stewardship, as though they're separate issues or ambitions. But sometimes an opportunity advances all of them at the one time. Shellfish aquaculture is one of those rare opportunities. Around the coast of the UK, we're blessed with some of the most productive coastal waters worldwide. We're an island nation, and our marine environment is our inheritance. Shellfish farming allows us to turn that inheritance into prosperity without compromising principles. Shellfish aquaculture, including the farming of oysters, mussels, clams and scallops, is one of the most sustainable forms of food production available to us. It's recognised worldwide as being one of the most efficient forms of protein production. Unlike most food production systems, shellfish aquaculture requires no feed, no fertilisers, no chemicals, no freshwater inputs, and they grow by filtering the naturally occurring plankton in the water, producing high quality protein with a remarkably low carbon footprint. Shellfish are one of the most climate efficient animal proteins on Earth. If we're serious about net zero, we must also be serious about scaling up the lowest carbon foods available to us. In an era of food vulnerability, this is homegrown, delicious, nutritious protein, delivering on the food security agenda, produced in our waters by our communities with our skills. Food production, beyond food production, shellfish provide measurable environmental benefits. I'm talking to the converted, to be honest, but we know that most agricultural systems extract, but shellfish aquaculture can enhance them. They improve water quality. They're carbon, nitrogen and phosphorus sink. They provide habitat for juvenile fish and marine invertebrates. They increase biodiversity, support wild fisheries, and can stabilise coastal ecosystems. In restoring shellfish beds, we're not merely producing food, we're rebuilding living infrastructure along our coasts. Aquaculture is aligned with all ambitions, aspirations and desires of environmental legislation. This is food production and environmental restoration working hand in hand. Economically, shellfish aquaculture is a powerful engine for coastal and regional communities. Shellfish aquaculture offers skilled year-round long-term employment, SME growth in rural and island communities. It gives export opportunities, diversification for fishing families, strengthens local supply chains, and delivers on the nutritional health of our nation. What is not to love about shellfish aquaculture? The potential document that SAGB produced last year with support from the Crown Estate shows we can achieve an additional 100,000 tonnes of production and over 4,000 additional coastal jobs in England, Wales and Northern Ireland alone. We produced world-class shellfish in demand at home and markets across the world. With supportive regulation, streamlined licensing and marine spatial planning that recognises aquaculture as infrastructure, the UK could become a global leader in low-impact shellfish production. Our nearest European neighbour, France, produces 10 times what we do, with 1/5 of the coastline. We can do better. We should do better. We have the science, we have the coastline, we have the heritage, we have the market, we have the industrial desire. What we don't have is the regulatory ambition.
No one would advocate growth without safeguards. Marine protection matters, but policy coherence matters. Shellfish aquaculture has been for too long treated as an afterthought, caught between fisheries policy, environmental licensing, and planning frameworks. If we align departments behind a clear national strategy, we can encourage responsible investment. We can protect ecosystems while enabling growth. We can provide certainty to coastal entrepreneurs. We can reduce consenting delays, grow the species best suited to our waters, and develop a world-beating industry. The question is not whether we can regulate responsibly, it's whether we can regulate intelligently, because we're not at the moment. Right? Clear science-based policies and coordinated governance are essential to allow this industry to grow responsibly while safeguarding environmental and community values. Support for shellfish aquaculture is not about choosing industry over environment. It's about recognising an opportunity where economic growth, ecosystem health, and community well-being all align. With the right policy framework, we can ensure this sector continues to deliver public value for decades to come and deliver on the government's food security strategy. Shellfish aquaculture is not speculative technology. It's proven, it's scalable, it's climate aligned, and it's reasonably transformative. In a century defined by environmental constraints, it represents something quite rare: economic growth that improves the ecosystem, food production that reduces emissions, rural industry that strengthens communities. And if we support this sector with vision and clarity, it will not simply be growing more oysters and mussels. We can demonstrate that Britain can lead the world in producing food that works with venture, not against it. And in doing so, we honour our coastal heritage and our marine inheritance and our responsibility to future generations. So I encourage our regulators to see shellfish aquaculture not as a niche activity like it is at the moment, but as a strategic asset, one that supports sustainable food production, resilient communities, and prosperous coastlines. So I thank you all for attending. Obviously, I'll circulate my words to the parliamentarians that were unable to attend. And I thank you for your time, and I'm going to hand over now to Caroline, and thank her once again for sponsoring today. So, Caroline, over to you.